Okay, this is your nutritionally simple tracker that you will be communicating with me on via Google Sheets. Okay, so this will be uploaded, sent to you, and then you fill it in. I can adjust it as well. We both make changes to it as we move through the program. Main areas, you've got a kind of an information area here at the top. Then you've got kind of a calculations area here. You don't really need to worry about those two areas. There's some notes on your peri-workout nutrition, supplements, water, fiber, stuff like that. Over here you've got your meal structure, a little bit more detail on your nutrition. And then this main area down here is all of the weeks, and this kind of area is where you're going to fill in and put in your daily information, the stuff that you need to let me know of. That's in the nutrition kind of template at the bottom. And then you've got various tabs which will correspond to your workout. Okay, so week 1, week 2, and so on. So I'm going to go over a few of those areas in a little bit more detail, just so that you know exactly what you need to fill in, and then we will we'll get going. So when you first open the sheet, it would look a little bit confusing. Assume everything would be blank. This stuff at the top will be filled in. There'll be information here, and there'll be some meal structure like this. Okay, so the first thing to look at is basically your target, your nutritional target, and that likely is going to be in these two green columns. It might be one green column, it could be two, it could even be three. Okay, more than likely it'll be one or two, and you've got a nutritional setup for training and non-training. Okay, so 190 protein, 145 carbs, and 65 fat on my training days. On my non-training days, 190 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 100 grams of fat. Okay, if I want to look a little bit more detail in that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and then we've got those meals broken down. So on my non-training days, these are my 5 meals that I've advised you to have. It just shows you the breakdown of the nutrients. Okay, I will also recommend a meal plan to you. You don't need to follow it. I like a flexible approach with nutrition, but some people like to have a template to kind of go off. Okay, I'd much rather you be able to track your foods on MyFitnessPal and adjust accordingly. Okay, so if I give you a meal with salmon in it, and instead you have cod with butter, fair enough, providing the nutrients come out around the same. Okay, so my training days, I've got 3 meals, and then I've got this area at the bottom here, which is my peri-workout window. This is important to kind of get right, and then there's some guidelines up at the top, so I can see these meals here. Obviously in your food plan you'll see suggestions for this. My pre-workout meal is going to be 30 to 60 minutes before training. My intra-workout drink can be started 10 minutes before I start training. Change that little spelling mistake. Okay, 10 minutes before the workout and sip throughout the workout. And then post-workout meal should be eaten 60 to 90 minutes after the workout's finished. Okay, so there's no immediate rush to get home. You don't need to slam protein shakes down after your workout. You've put some food in pre-workout. You've had some fluid with nutrients in during the workout. Calm down, relax, get yourself home, get to the office, get yourself set up with some food. Okay. There's some supplement guides. So it tells me there 3 grams of EPA and DHA. So fish oil taken in the morning, probiotic taken in the morning and nighttime with fat. Multivitamin taken with fat-containing meals, joint supplement, and an intra-workout nutrition's got some essential amino acids and cyclic dextrin in there. If you've got any questions on supplements, either on where to get them, etc., just ask me and we'll iron that stuff out. Okay, water intake and veg. So that's pretty much set up. So let's talk about filling it in on a daily basis. So each morning you wake up, you're going to weigh yourself as you've read on your instructional sheets. You're going to weigh yourself after you've been to the toilet. So I'm going to wake up, go for a pee if I need one, and weigh myself in my underwear and stick that number down on this sheet. Okay, do it every day, don't forget it, just write it down, make it a habit. Okay, doesn't matter what you weigh, let's just record them, and then the data that we're going to be looking at is kind of this one. Okay, so we're looking for weekly changes. Some weeks it might change a lot, some weeks it might change a little bit. We're looking for a nice steady gradual change. Okay, could be going up, could be going down. Again, that depends totally on the goal that you might have. Protein, carbs and fat, you're going to input those either from your meal plan. If you're following exactly the same thing, obviously that will be very consistent. If you're tracking with MyFitnessPal and you're putting in exact amounts for everything, these might change slightly throughout the day, so you can put those in, and then we'll record a total at the bottom and also an average. Okay, calories don't need to be calculated, it will calculate those for you, so don't change anything here. Your training, you're just going to put the day that you do. So I did training day number 1, 2, that was a rest day, 3, 4, and then 2 more rest days. My program's not got any cardio in at the minute, so I can leave that blank. When you have cardio, you can write down the duration of the cardio, you can write down the equipment you used, you can write down the speed that you were going at, you can write down the calories that you burnt. Okay, I'll tell you more specifically. So if I give you out cardio, what I might write in here, let's say I might put on your non-training days 20 minutes walking, and then obviously when it comes down to here, you'd put down 20 minutes brisk, or if it was done on a treadmill, you might put 4 kilometers an hour. Okay. Step counter is just a daily activity level. So most phones now are equipped with a pedometer. A lot of people have the smartwatches as well that do that. It's a great way to keep a track on how active you're being, and it's just another variable that can affect fat loss or muscle gain. So you might find that, I give you a bit more food, we expect your weight to go up a little bit, and it doesn't, but then we look at your steps and you've been twice as active this week. Okay, so it's very good to know, to spot trends with and try and keep that consistent as well. Remember, the more things you keep consistent, the more likely you are to be able to spot changes. Okay, feeling column, if you're tired, if you're hungry, if you're sleepy, if you took a nap, if you're bored, if you're whatever it is, stick that down in there, and that starts to give a little bit of a picture of how the day's going, how the night went, etc. Coaches' comments, I will normally fill this box with a lot of information based on what you've done last week. I'll also put notes on changes and stuff in there. Front, back and side, that's going to show your photographs. Just a small kind of picture every week or 2 weeks. It's not great for comparison because it's so small, but it's just a place for me to store it. And that basically is your nutrition tracking and weight. You're going to fill that in every day as you move through the program. The more complete that sheet is, the better your results will be. Okay, if I see big gaps in there, where you haven't weighed yourself for 3 days or you haven't tracked your food for 5 days, it's very difficult to then spot patterns and keep working with it. Okay. Now let's have a look at the training sheet. The training sheet is on a separate tab. It's titled like week 1, week 2, or so on. You can see the workout, and then The exercises and stuff are all in there. Okay, so I've got a strength cycle at the beginning for a press. I've got 4 sets of 12. I've got 120 seconds, so 2 minutes rest. That's the tempo, so 2 seconds down, none at the bottom, explosive back up, and then no rest at the top. No intensity techniques, that might be drop sets or forced reps, partials, isometrics, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so if you've followed the guide sheets that I sent you, you'll know that for that kind of undulating strength work, you'll be doing you're trying to aim for the same weight each set. So let's say I do 45 kilos and I hit 12 each time. That's going to calculate me a volume, okay, for that day, for that exercise. Okay, so 2,160 kilos. Some of the drop downs don't particularly work very well in Google Sheets, so just bear with me on that. Next one, I've got 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps incline dumbbell bench press. So for work with dumbbells, if you want to put in the total weight of dumbbells, so if I use 15 kilo dumbbells, you could either enter 30 or you could enter 15. Whatever you choose to do, just keep it consistent. So I'm going to opt for 30. I did 12 reps, and then my second set, I just made 11. Okay, and that's going to give me volume at the end of the day as well. If I write anything in there that's not numerical, like I write 30 kilos, that's going to mess up the value on the side. So just keep that numerical. Make sure you fill it all in. If you're doing anything with body weight, so here we've got dips. Let's say I just do my body weight. So I'm going to put 80 kilos, 12 reps, 80 kilos, 12 reps. Okay, and then I get my volume across at the side. It might look a little bit high, but as long as you keep it consistent throughout the program, it's fine. If you add weight to that, you could do it the other way. So if I'm 80 kilos, I might put down 85 if I'm adding weight, or I could just take 1 as my body weight. So that would be my body weight, and then if I added weight to it, if I'm gonna plus 5, so I'm doing 5 kilos, like so. Again, whatever you do, just keep it consistent. Once the program starts, I'll work out exactly how you're filling it in. I'll advise you if you need to change it. Okay, you've got some notes in there as well, which just gives you some rough ideas of key points to hit with the exercise. What I would stress is, if you don't know what an exercise is, first port of call is to go to the membership area of the website, check the extensive video library. There's over 150 exercises on there, I think. Check it out, watch a video, see how the exercise should be completed. You then, if you still don't understand it, contact me, and we'll try and iron it out, or just have a go, attempt it, and send me a video, and then again I'll watch the video, review it, and get back to you with some points to change for next time around. Okay, the goal of the program, as you move through the program, you're not going to start it with perfect everything. So you might have your shoulder work might be very poor at the beginning for whatever reason. As we go through the program, that's going to improve. Okay, the earlier we can improve it and fix it, the better. So on those early workouts, try and send the videos through, and that will help a lot in terms of setting you up optimally. Okay, sometimes throughout the program, I will change the weeks as we go through, so I won't always show them all at the beginning. So if you only see 2 weeks, for example, don't worry too much about it. As we get to the end of the second week, I'll be putting up the coming weeks that need going up. Okay, just make sure that at the end of every week, we've worked together to make sure that you know what's coming for the next week from a food point of view and also training. Okay, hopefully that helps getting you started with this sheet. Any questions, drop us an email and we'll get you going. Okay, this is important, keep it filled in and your results will speak for themselves.